Hey Virgo, welcome back. So Virgo, this is going to be your you versus them mid-August reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person that you might be dealing with. Keep in mind it is a general reading, so it can be interchangeable, okay? And let's go ahead and get started. Don't mind the background music. I can't help it. The landscapers are at my neighbors, so... All right, so here we have the Ascendant and Saturn. So Virgo, I like this energy for you because it's earth energy, meaning this is where you're kind of comfortable at. This is all about your worldview, your mission statement. Where do you see your life going? So kind of taking a look on your outlook on life and what's possible for you. What have you learned from the past and how can you apply it to the future? You know, thinking about also traditions and wanting to be more practical or being called to be more practical. Taking the more mature approach will be very important during this time, as well as self-control. So, you know, this is a lot of strong energy here, Virgo, and it's kind of... It's showing you your point of view, so to speak, or your point of focus. You know, how do you see yourself and how do you see life? And why is that? And kind of digging a little bit deeper into that. And how does that connect with relationships? And in particular, the person that you may be connecting with during this time frame. So let's see, Virgo, what that's all about. So your overall supporting energy is the Queen of Cups. So Virgo, you know, you might be a little sensitive during this time frame in a high vibrating way. This can be a very nurturing, a very empathetic, a very intuitive energy. Definitely listen to your emotions and your intuition during this time frame. Well, I mean always, but specifically during this time frame. On a negative energetic level, the Queen of Cups can be hypersensitive, hypercritical, moody, emotional, out of control with emotions. So that's just something to just be aware of, that there's two ends to that stick, right? And so which end do you want to be on? And ask yourself during this time frame. Now, this person is the Ace of Swords, Virgo. So they're getting some sort of clarity here, or new information, victory, the truth. This Ace of Swords could mean a lot of things, but most particularly, it is generally talking about clarity. So there might be something that this person is learning about you during this time frame, and they may be learning your outlook on life, and maybe learning something new. Maybe they didn't know that about you. Maybe they didn't know you were capable of doing that. Maybe they didn't know you were interested in that. You know, we find new things out about each other all of the time. We find new things out about self all of the time. So it could be that this person is kind of going through that self-exploration as well within themselves. So let's see what the recent past energy is here, Virgo. So what led up to this for my Virgos? The Fool, the Six of Cups, and the Moon. So Virgo, you know, you took some chances, you took some risks in the past, right? Some of them panned out, some of them didn't pan out. I feel like you've learned from the past, because there's a lot of wisdom within the cards that I have out. Meaning, like, sometimes, you know, just because we get older doesn't mean we get wiser. I know that's the saying. The older you get, the wiser you get. Not always true. You know, we all know someone, or a lot of people really, that reach old age that still make the same mistakes they made when they were in their 20s and 30s, or still don't quite get the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? So wisdom is not always a match to someone's age. Have you ever met an old soul? Some of you might be an old soul, you know, where numerically they're very young, but spiritually they're very wise. And so I guess I say all that to say that you're growing spiritually Okay, regardless of what age you are, meaning you're maturing with wisdom of mistakes from the past, okay? Acknowledging that there were some mistakes from in the past, that maybe you shouldn't have taken that risk, you know, maybe you shouldn't have jumped before you looked, but whatever, you learned from it, and you're coming out of that energy, Virgo. At the same time, I think it's been really easy in the past to get overwhelmed emotionally. Some of you may have had just almost like a rush of emotion that may have felt very hard for you to escape from in the past, and I feel like this is all about getting a different perspective on that during this time frame. So let's see what this person's recent past energy is, Virgo. 10 of Swords. Woo! All of them came out at once. So they have the 10 of Swords, the Chariot, the 5 of Swords, and the King of Swords. This is tough energy over here, Virgo. So this person, I heard they hate themselves. Or in the past, they may have, I just keep getting that over and over and over again. Like this person may say that in their mind, like, God, I hate when I do that, or I hate myself for doing that, or I hate this. But I keep hearing hate myself, hate myself, hate myself. I hate myself for saying that, I hate myself for doing that. You know, and really all they were damaging with that thought was self. It's unfortunate because they've caused themselves a lot of unnecessary emotional pain by being too difficult with themselves. Now, we all make mistakes, didn't I just say that? But we grow wiser from it. Well, this person, they didn't go into the lesson and getting wiser. What they went into is more of the pain, not forgiving themselves, carrying it with them, assuming that things are going to go bad for them in the future because of things that have happened in the past, feeling like other people have what they want, you know, not really getting in alignment with the fact that these thoughts are creating their experience. And if they could shift their thoughts into more of, well, that happened and I learned from that. And so because I've learned from that, I don't have to repeat that again. And since I don't have to repeat that again, there's no use in thinking about that anymore. So now I'm only going to think about what's best for me and what's in my future. And that's where I'm going to focus. That, you know, that's what they need to do, or might be doing during this time frame. But in the past, it was very difficult for them to stop beating themselves up. Okay. So, perception, Virgo, what is your perception? The Hangman, the Devil, and the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so keep in mind, perception is in the eye of the beholder, so it's your truth, but it may not be their truth, but we'll start there and then we'll go deeper. So your perception is the Hanged Man, the Devil, and then the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, Virgo, I feel like this person, they got, they changed your perspective, you know, or your perspective has changed on the connection. You may view this person as someone who holds you back or holds you down. And in the past, maybe you didn't view them that way, you know, but you might be on different pages energetically with this person during this time frame. But I just feel like there's a toxic element here, and or this person may have brought that out in you. Like I said, I had you kind of feeling stuck or not really wanting to open up, and it could be because they were stuck and they weren't opening up, or vice versa, you know, but it caused for you to take a moment and just really think about, okay, where is this going, and what is my mission? You know what I'm saying? So you might have had to take a time out, or you may be encouraged to take a time out to yourself during this time frame and just think about, I guess where you see this going, you know. So let's see this person's perception of you, Virgo. Whoa. Okay. They have the Magician came out, the Three of Wands, and then the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is your energy, Virgo, male or female. But I feel like this person, when they see the connection, when they think about the connection, they know that it can create for them something that they really desire and that they would like to move forward. And yet at the same time, I feel like someone feels they're not worthy. Yeah, because I have a movie clip in my head of Wayne's World where Dana Carvey is like, we're not worthy, we're not worthy, we're not worthy. If you don't know that movie, I can't help you, but that's the image I have in my head. So somebody may feel that they're not worthy, and it could be you, it could be them, it could be both of you on a very deep level, and you kind of bring it out in each other, but take it as it resonates. But yeah, I feel like someone wants to be recognized for their worth. All right, but how can they be recognized for their worth if they have not recognized that worth in themselves? That's the question that really needs to be asked here, Virgo. So let's go into genuine emotion. So when you feel the connection, what are the emotions? Okay. Let's see. So, King of Swords, Page of Swords, Two of Wands, Two of Cups. So, Virgo, you're quite detached, you're quite cold, you're more wanting to make moves from a place of logic than a place of emotion. Not because you don't have emotions, you just don't want to get consumed by them. You don't want to get sucked back into what it was so difficult for you to get out of in the past, I feel. So I feel like you're thinking about your future, you know. Some of you genuinely want someone that is on the same page as you. Or you may want this person to be on the same page with you if you're still in a connection with this person. Or some of you may be genuinely desiring someone new, someone who does understand you more on an emotional level or understands your logic, you know, because I feel like it's this place of, well, this is the way I think, and yeah, I will listen, and I will maybe read up or try to understand other people, but I would like someone who can understand me, you know. And I feel like on an emotional level, that's where your heart is at, right? Wanting that full soulmate partnership here. Okay. So let's see what this person's genuine emotions are. Cancer. Seven of Wands. Nine of Wands. Oh. Queen of Swords. Woo! Interesting. So you are the King of Swords in your genuine emotions. And they're the Queen of Swords. Oh, and the Eight of Wands was hiding behind that. So, genuinely, Virgo, this person wants to be vulnerable and put their guard down and kind of talk things out. But their focus is still on past hurts. Whether you did it or someone else did it or whatever, I feel like this person may have a hard time like just letting things go, or this negative self-talk go, if that's what it is. But there's still this coldness here, a bit of distracted energy. Yes, that's it. So they may not always listen to you. They may not always hear where you're coming from, Virgo, or during this time, not forever and ever, amen, but you know what I mean. And I think that kind of, I don't want to say, I don't get irritation, but you hope for someone who can fully comprehend and understand where you're headed in your future. And sometimes this person thinks too much about the what could go wrongs than the what could go rights. and that kind of gets in their way, Virgo, or you do, and that gets in the way. But it's like deep down emotionally, yeah, they want to be vulnerable. Yeah, they want easy dialogue and movement forward, and yeah. So what are your hopes then, Virgo? You have the Six of Swords here. Again, you don't want to be led astray by your emotions again. You know, you don't want to feel overwhelmed. You don't want to be pulled on a string either. So, you know, if you feel like this person's emotions are such that it can affect yours to the point where maybe in the past or in the present they can kind of pull you in, or they play with that, you do not want to give into that, okay? Or you will not give into that during this time frame, because you know better. So this person's hope is the Nine of Swords. So they hope to get out of their head, to stop stressing about this, but at the same time, they love to think about things that don't serve them. And I really want to think about that for a second. How could someone love to think about things that hurt them, that don't serve them, that they don't have control over? Well, I would say all human beings do this. It's not that we like it, but it's a trained habit of our brain that we've allowed over a long period of time. And it's usually when something bad happens and we don't quite deal with it, and or we don't let go of it, and so it keeps coming into the next phase, into the next chapter, into the next book, so to speak. And so I feel like that's what this person has done. They may not even know that they habitually go to the worst instead of the best, because they've done it for so long. So maybe that's what they're getting clarity over during this time frame, or need clarity on, okay? So let's see what the future outcome is. Now keep in mind, all of the future outcomes can be changed with free will. Okay, I'm just giving you a snapshot of what it looks like as of today. So, but you're in the driver's seat of your life, not me. So you have the Six of Wands and the Five of Wands. Don't let nobody take your shine, Virgo. For real. Nine of Pentacles. Okay, good. I'm glad to see that. Ace of Cups. Good. Yeah, you know, sometimes when we feel good and we're doing good in life, people don't like that, especially if they aren't on the same page, especially if you are connected tightly with someone. Now, if this person was in a good feeling place, then they would be very appreciative of you. They would not see that as a threat. They would see that as something they want to support you in. So this person's reaction during this time frame, Virgo, will tell you everything about not how you're doing, but how they're doing. So pay attention to this person's reaction over the next few weeks, because it will be very telling, right? Actions always speak louder than words. But I just feel like let go of the internal struggle, okay? Because there is this sense of feeling successful and being okay with being by yourself and having enough love for yourself to know what you deserve. And because of that, you may be inviting love into your life in the form of family or friends or new love, or this person for some of you. But there is love here, most definitely being presented in mid-August going into September. So let's see what this person's future outcome is. So, Knight of Swords, and it came out in the reverse. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, that's what I said. Okay, so I can see what this person's reaction is. But like I said, they have free will, so they get to choose their reaction. I'm just giving you what I see it right now in this moment. But let me get all the cards out. Okay. So they had the Strength card in the reverse, the Knave of Cups in the reverse, right? Knave of Wands in the reverse, and the Knave of Cups. Okay. So this person's going to react just as the way you think that they're going to react. They're not going to be happy for you. I'm sorry. They might cut you off. They might block you. They might not communicate with you. They might not return texts, you know, when they're in a funk. I'm not going to say forever and ever amen that they won't, because these are short-term readings, but this person may go into this funk or have been in this funk, and they just kind of shut down when they're there. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like this person's, they're not going to speak on what's bothering them. They just kind of like go off into their head, and then they struggle with it internally, and they don't really speak on it, like I said, and they're very hard on themselves, and it blocks them from having a new beginning, and so all they keep experiencing is frustration. You ever met someone and they walk around and they're just frustrated with everything in life, you know, and those are the people where everything goes wrong, you know, and they'll be the first to tell you, like, everything goes wrong for me. Of course that would happen to me. You know, of course I would be late. Of course I would get stuck in traffic. Of course my kids would do this. But what they don't realize is you're getting that because you're expecting it. This person doesn't get it. Or they don't get it during this time frame, that their expectation sets forth what they will experience instantaneously. So this person keeps getting frustrated, and they may take that out on you, Virgo, okay, or other people. But this is saying, this is really something that they need to get control over, you know, because emotionally, they want to feel safe to kind of put their guard down and be themselves and yes, move things forward, you know. You may feel a very strong connection with this person, like I said, you know. But yeah, at the same time, they get all frustrated. And, you know, if you're doing okay over here and that makes them more frustrated, well, what does that say about them? You know, so don't take it personal, Virgo, even though it may seem personal during this time frame. You just stay in the wisdom of what you've learned, and keep your mission statement at the front of your mind, all right? Because it's future forward momentum here for you, okay? So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to tell you what zodiac signs you might be dealing with. Keep in mind you could deal with any zodiac sign because it's a general reading. But the ones that stick out to me, I'll name off. So I have Leo energy and Aries energy and Sagittarius energy and Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Cancer, Scorpio, Taurus, Pisces, Capricorn, Aries. Yeah, so that's what I have for you guys. If it resonated, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, check me out on Facebook and Instagram. I do go live on Facebook every week and just kind of chat. So if you want to catch those, you can catch me there. Also, check out my Instagram, link down below, and as well in the About section of my YouTube. I couldn't get that out. Either way, I'm wishing you guys the very best. Thank you for joining me today. Oh, also, if you like what I'm wearing, this is from my sister's online boutique. I posted it yesterday. You can get it for yourself. Also linked down in the description box below. And no, I do not get anything out of supporting my sister other than the joy of supporting her. So please know that. But check it out if you're interested, and wishing you guys the very best. And until next time, my friends.